Hi, first graders. I'm so happy to be here to help you learn a little bit about writing this week. Our topic this week is going to be how to keep your very own journal. A lot of times when people, whether they're grown-ups or kids, go through a particular time, they like to have a way to remember exactly what it felt like and what the days were like during that time. And who knows, maybe when you're a grown up like me and you look back at the year 2020, you'll want to know what you were thinking when you were 6 or 7, or maybe you're watching this and you're younger or older. But you'll have a journal to look back on and remember this time. So let's get started. So, how do we keep a journal? So, a journal is going to be a written account of your days, and it can include things like your feelings, it can include things about what happened in your day, it can include your ideas, it can include memories, it can include observations you make throughout your day, it can include dreams, it can include drawings, numbers. The cool part about a journal is that it's yours. And so I have a couple of examples of journals that you can set up and make on your own. Also attached to this lesson are files that your parents and families can open up and print out. If you have access to a printer, you can print some pages at home with handwriting lines on them if those help you. So here's a couple of examples I found around my house. We happen to have a couple of old journals laying around. So you can use a composition book like this that's just got lines on it. You can use a spiral notebook. See, so this notebook has a spiral on it. This happens to have horses on it, but again, open pages. Or you can get super creative and make your own. So here's an example of just a homemade one where I took blank paper and I put 3 punches in and tied it with yarn. So you can be as creative as you'd like. Some kids like to make their own covers, like cardboard or foil or something fun like that. So make a design that you have fun with and that you enjoy. And you can even make a cover, my journal or so-and-so's journal. And yeah, so you have some sort of cover to it. Anyways, like I mentioned, your journal is yours. It's very personal and it can include pretty much anything you want. Here's the things though that I want you to keep in mind when you're keeping your journal. Number 1, always put the date because you're going to want to remember when you wrote it down. So date first, kind of like in science when we journal in science. And number 2, you need to write in a way that you can read it again. So that means you're going to have to pay some good attention to your letters, how you form them, using the lines to guide you, spacing between your words, using best guess spelling, and using everything you know about writing sentences. So starting sentences with capitals and then ending with punctuation. And that way, when you look back on your memories, you'll actually be able to read them. So it's a cool way of actually practicing a little bit of writing while you're keeping track of what's been going on for you. So I made a big example of what a journal page might look like so that I can show you how I would get started. So if this was my journal entry, I would want to make sure to, well, it is my journal entry. I'm going to put the date up here first. So I'm going to go to the board and I'm going to write today's date right up here. And you can use the date code. Remember, you can use the numbers or you can write out the actual date. Sometimes it's fun to practice writing out the actual date because then you get to practice, writing it. So here we go. March. Now you have to figure out what the date is. I think it's the 21st. No, it's the 22nd. See what happens when we're not in school? March 22nd, comma, 2020. Lots of 2's in today's date. Okay, now I've got my lines. So I want to think about what I want to put down in my journal today. I think I'm going to just journal a little bit about what I've been up to and maybe some feelings too. You might be wondering, well, what's enough writing per day in a journal? I think you should be trying to do at least 3 sentences a day. 5 would be even better, and sky's the limit. You can keep writing and writing if you want to. Just know that if you just write 1 sentence, it doesn't really give a very good sort of entry about what happened in that day. And definitely don't put, I did nothing, because you know what? You did something. So here we go. What have I been up to? Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start my sentence with a capital. I'm going to write the word the, and it's a word I've written a lot, so I'm just going to use it. It's a snap word. So the last few days I have, oh, here comes another tricky word. Does that have? Nope, need an E, right? Remember, this is a rule breaker. It looks like have, but it's have. I'm going to reread what I wrote already, okay? The last few days I have been ing. Did you tell me? Good. Outside a lot. And you know what? It's kind of made me happy. It's been a fun thing for me to do. So I'm going to use an exclamation because I usually don't get to spend that much time in my garden. Let's read what I wrote. The last few days I have been working outside a lot. I filled, you ready for this number? 6 big bags of yard. There's that bossy R. Yard waste. And that's a lot of bags, by the way. Those are big bags that are as tall as Mrs. P. I think now that I'm on my third sentence, I might do something about kind of how I'm feeling. I am feeling a little sad. Now, remember, when we write, one of the most powerful words we can use is the word because. Let's try spelling it together. You ready? B-E-C-A-U-S-E. You want to try it with me? B-E-C-A-U-S-E. Remember, because is powerful because it answers the why in your writing. I could just say, I'm feeling a little sad. I could. But remember, if I go back and read this again in a year, I would have no idea what I was sad about. So I'm going to say why I'm a little sad, okay? I am feeling a little sad because I miss my class. Exclamation. I'm feeling a little sad because I miss you. Whoa. But you know what? We're all doing our part and we're doing the best we can by staying home so that we keep everyone healthy and safe. Now, can you see what I left out? I don't have anything in my big box up there. Now, some of you aren't really big drawers. Some of you are big drawers. So if you want to go up there and draw a picture of something that you've been doing, or maybe just a picture that makes you happy, you can. This is one of those one times, because it's your journal, that you can kind of put in there what you'd like. I found something that was what I thought was a pretty good idea. So I got some tape. So here's my tape. And I went out to my garden, since I'm writing about my garden so much, and I found a couple of flowers that are growing in my garden right now. And there's tons of these, so it wasn't like a big deal to take them off. And I thought, you know what? I could like actually tape this into my journal. So I'm going to take the tape and I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to label it flowers growing now. And you know, this kind of, I don't know, I really like this. So I might go out and get a couple more different kinds of flowers and put those on here too, so I can kind of have a record of what was growing in my garden when I wrote this. The cool thing about flowers and leaves is when you fold your journal, you fold your book, it'll all flatten and dry out, and so they'll be preserved inside your journal, which is pretty cool. So this is all it takes to do a journal entry. And you know what? If you do one of these a day, not only will you be keeping up your writing practice, which remember, writing is like anything else. You have to do it to continue to keep your writing muscles strong. Just like riding a bike or anything else. If you stop writing and you think, oh, writing's too hard, I can't do writing, then you won't grow. And we want to make sure that you're still growing even though you're at home. So a journal is a great way to do that. And check this out. you'll be essentially writing your own book, and it's all about you and your memories and your thoughts and your feelings. And also, writing can just feel really good. So, why don't you get an idea in your mind and start a journal today? Think of how you want to form it, how you can make it yours. Maybe get some cool markers to use or some pencils. And I'm hoping that we'll find a way to share your journal entries together. For now, it's going to be yours to share and enjoy, but hopefully we'll find a way to do that soon. So don't forget, best guess spelling, working on your letter formation, watch those flip-flops, right? Make sure you're using lowercase letters. Try not to put uppercase letters in the middle of your sentences, right? Start your sentences with capital letters and with your choice of punctuation. You could even ask a question. That would be kind of fun. And I'll be looking forward to hearing how it goes. It was really fun to be with you. Have fun writing in your journal.